Hello, I'm Tim Barnwell, and I'd like to welcome you to the Face of Appalachia. It's hard to believe that we're already on our 13th episode, and we owe it all to you. In this episode, we'll hear an interview I did with our friends at the terrific WNCW, a public radio station in Spindale, North Carolina. I'd like to thank broadcast veteran Paul Foster for inviting me to be part of his popular Friday feature of the week, where we discuss my career and our YouTube channel. We hope you'll enjoy the beautiful video we put together while you're listening to the interview. Thanks for watching.
As a part of Morning Edition, it's time for the Friday feature interview of the week as we focus on the Face of Appalachia, a new video series being shown on YouTube, a celebration of the people, culture, and heritage of Appalachia. The artist behind this and someone who's been behind a camera of photos of all types in Western North Carolina for many years is Tim Barnwell, a part of Tim Barnwell Photography. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate your invitation and look forward to talking to you.
Before we get to your video series, I want to hear about you, Tim Barnwell, your story.
Okay, well, I'm a photographer and author based in Asheville. The commercial aspect of my business includes producing images for artists and craftspeople, their creations, doing business and family portraits, making photographs for travel and tourism, brochures, websites, and such. At the same time, I pursued more personal work in the documentary and fine art genres of photography. I produced 8 photography-related books, including my latest, Jewels of the Southern Coast, which is a collection of black and white architectural images of historic structures in Charleston, Savannah, other towns along the coast. But my first book, The Face of Appalachia, came out in 2003, and it includes black and white images created from the early 1980s on. It shows people engaged in all aspects of traditional Appalachian life, including farming with horses and mules, quilting, river baptisms, food production, hunting, just a wide variety of subjects. In addition to the images, I've included oral history interviews with folks where they share stories from their life and describe an activity where they're doing when I photograph them, something along those lines, which adds just another dimension, I think, to the photographs. Met so many wonderful, fascinating folks working on the project. I just kept exploring, riding around, meeting people where they lived and worked. I produced a second book called On Earth's Furrowed Brow, which follows the farm life throughout the seasons. And then my third Appalachian-themed book was Hands in Harmony, where I focused on traditional crafts and music, regional artists like Sheila K. Adams, Laura Booziger, Don Petty, Bruce Green, many others. Also produced 2 guidebooks on the area, Blue Ridge Parkway Vistas and Great Smoky Mountain Vistas, which have a kind of a unique Mount Peak identification component to them, and they've been very popular. And another book, Tide Runners, which is a kind of a departure because it photographs people shrimping and fishing on the Carolina and Georgia coast. And my latest project is the YouTube channel, The Face of Appalachia. It's a new adventure, and we're really excited about that.
Since you've taken us up to the current project, The Face of Appalachia, how did it come about?
Well, I started the Face of Appalachia channel a short while ago with the help of my longtime friend Scott Allen, who's a co-producer on the channel. We're both big fans of the YouTube platform, and the idea is to honor the many fascinating folks I've met over the past 40-odd years and share their stories with a wider audience. It's combined short clips on a theme and longer episodes where we'll take an in-depth look at a family and learn more about their lives.
Through what you're doing, you remind us what it means to work hard, to get your hands dirty, to work on a farm, don't you?
It is. It's one thing that's always impressed me. I didn't grow up on a farm. My parents were school teachers in Western North Carolina, but my uncle farmed, and I had harvesting things when the crops would come in, and all the family would have to get together and share the chores of shucking corn and shelling beans and freezing and canning and things like that. But it's always amazed me the ability of people to sustain themselves through growing their own food. And it's been something I've enjoyed doing and really kind of responded to. And it's something that I've just connected with me throughout my life. A lot of times we get into ventures that kind of get caught up in for a little while, but this is something that's really sustained my interest throughout my life.
I believe there are 3 episodes within your series, The Face of Appalachia. Take us through each one.
The first episode is pretty much an introduction where we try to describe what we're going to do with the channel. We show some images from the books and talk about what we're hoping to do. Then the second one takes a more in-depth look at 2 of the families, the Harmons, Peggy Harmon and her family, and Lockie Coates and her family. And we're going to do complete episodes, much longer episodes on both of those people and their families coming up shortly. And the third episode is kind of just a meditation in a way. It takes an a cappella ballad, shape note song, overlays photographs that I've made over the years over the top of that. So we're using, what we hope to do in the future is we're going to use photographs and interviews from the 3 Appalachian books as a touchstone, but also add view elements. Viewers will get to hear people's stories in their own voices using recordings I made at the time. And if that's not possible, we'll get local people and need them to read their oral history. We're going to include conversations we're going to film with family and friends of the folks that passed on, because many of them have at this point. They'll share their memories of the person as well as their own stories. And we'll be weaving in scenes of the area today to show the beauty of the mountains and give viewers who are not from Appalachia a sense of the area.
Guest on WNCW's Friday feature is Tim Barnwell of Tim Barnwell Photography as we discuss The Face of Appalachia. It's a new video series being shown on YouTube. Tim, when we talk about the Appalachians, that covers a lot of area. Where specifically did your cameras take you?
Well, mostly it's been southern Appalachia. Between the 3 different books, it covers an area from probably a little east of Raleigh, North Carolina, over to Nashville, Tennessee, up to Winchester, Kentucky, and then a lot in western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee, because that's where I'm based, and I have day trips I can make, and so I have the most access to that. But I've made much longer forays, especially working on the Hands in Harmony book, where I would go to Nashville and interview musicians and people there, and then go up into Kentucky and West Virginia. So kind of the southern Appalachian region is the focus of these.
A lot of what you come across remind us of the old days, those old traditional values, that culture. Who will continue that in the days to come?
Well, I've been really impressed with, especially the young people coming in today, the craftspeople and musicians that have moved here that just love the mountains and want to live here. They may not be doing the traditional following in their parents' footsteps of farming or whatever it might be that you have with local folks, but they do bring an energy, they bring an excitement, and I think they really love the area. And as long as people are willing to come in and love the area and share that experience, I'm all for that. So we think viewers are going to really enjoy getting to know both the old-time people and the new people who are coming in and living on the farms today, or maybe have a craft shop in Marshall or something of that nature.
Well, I've heard your name for a number of years. I've seen your work, especially online, Tim Barnwell Photography. You also are letting me know about the video side of you and other projects and books you've written. Anybody that wants to find out more about you and your opportunities, and certainly about following the Face of Appalachia, give us those details.
Well, if you go to YouTube and just type in the Face of Appalachia, you'll come up with some songs and things, but you'll see the videos that we have there. Most of them have a portrait of a couple or a single person there, and you'll see the episodes available that you can view there. Also, you can look at my website, barnwellphoto.com. I list all the different books and show galleries from there and other projects that I'm working on. And you can follow me on Instagram at Tim Barnwell Photography.
From Tim Barnwell, The Face of Appalachia, the video series celebrating the people, culture, and heritage of Appalachia. Thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you, Paul, and I hope your listeners will take a look at the Face of Appalachia channel on YouTube.
On this channel, I hope to continue to honor the people, vibrant culture, and strong traditions of Appalachia.